Yo, what's good? It's the boy Dude Reviews, and heavy spoilers for Attack on Titan the final chapter special 1. So after much delay, I finally got the Attack on Titan specials 1 and 2 on Blu-ray. I got an email from Amazon Japan saying that there was a delay in the shipment. If there was never a delay, I could have actually received the Blu-ray on the same day as the JJK Blu-ray, which was Friday. But it is what it is. Before I do the comparisons, I just want to do a quick unboxing. I gave my full thoughts and opinions on this beautiful cover art in a video I made a couple of weeks ago, so check that out. When you flip the box around, you get a couple of special key cards slapped on the back of the Blu-ray set. These key cards are just stills from the final chapter special 1 and special 2. I think they're cute. And as we open the Blu-ray box, we get 3 cover arts of Onyankopon, Yelena, Levi, Gabby, and Falco. And then when you flip the book around, you get this beautiful shot of Mikasa Ackerman. You open the Blu-ray up like a book and you get another cover art with the Alliance, altogether Jean looking sharp, and 2 separate discs. I would have expected the Blu-ray to just be 1 disc, as special 1 and special 2 is more or less 2 hours and 25 minutes long. And speaking of that runtime, for a 2 hour and 25 minutes long movie, this actually cost me £123, which when you convert it into the US dollars, it's $155, which is probably one of the most expensive Blu-rays I've ever bought. But for such a pricey Blu-ray costing hundreds, does it have any juicy bonus features? Well, yes, we actually have 2 separate books. Book 1 shows the best bits in storyboard form, so just the rough sketches before the final product. I think I will do a separate video on this, as there are some interesting notes alongside with the storyboard images. Book 2 shows the main synopsis for the final 2 specials, an interview, countdown illustrations that were released before the final episode, and a 4-panel comic. One of the chibi comics actually shows Levi Ackerman in the cabin where Eren and Mikasa are in that alternative timeline, and the staff credits. But what about the main Blu-ray discs? Any behind the scenes goodies? Well, no. Not gonna lie, I was expecting some sort of brief behind the scenes of that 100 cam documentary. That would have been cool, but sadly there isn't any bonus features. The only special features available are the opening and ending songs, credits list, and that's it. But now with the Blu-ray unboxing done, what about the main changes from TV to Blu-ray? Are these changes worth $155? Well then, without further ado, let's get on with this. First up, more detail has been applied to the water underneath the boat. Next up, they brighten Armin's eyes in the Blu-ray. Next up, when Hanji Zoe shoots up behind the back of this colossal titan, more steam has been added in the first few frames of this sequence. Next up, while the Blu-ray has more saturation in this shot, they decreased the saturation in this shot, which is quite odd as they didn't need to do that. Plus the dust clouds are slightly darker in color. Next up, they slightly blurred this Colossal Titan and slightly increased the saturation as well. As Hanji goes shooting down the Colossal Titan, its entire body is blurred out. Next up, this is a blink and you'll miss it moment. Next up, not only does the Blu-ray remove some of the detail on the Colossal Titan's feet, but they also blur them out, as Hanji is swooping through like a fallen angel. You have to play the scene in slow motion to truly see the difference, and I think it helps with the motion of what's happening. It gives it a more cinematic look. Next up, they added an extra layer of impact as this Colossal Titan falls down the hill. You gotta play it in slow motion to truly see this. Next up, while this scene is quite tragic, they really went to town with the shaky cam as well as making the explosion look more explosive. Next up, they added a shaky cam as Hanji starts to fall down. And finally, they blurred out Armin's tears. And that's it, those are all the changes for Chapter 1, The Rumbling. Every other change in this chapter is exactly the same from TV to Blu-ray, including Eren's freedom scene. But in case you guys still want to see the Unchanged scenes, here they are. But that's about it. Tell me in the comments down below, what did you guys think of chapter 1, The Rumbling? Do you like the changes or not? Do you think more changes should have been applied to this chapter? Tell me. Stay tuned for chapters 2, 3, 4 and 5 of the final chapters. Like this video, subscribe for more TV versus Blu-ray comparisons. But thank you for watching, and as always, a boy do the view signing out.